All right, Touratech Rally 2025. This is the DR-Z4s. Yes, I signed up for a demo ride, and we're going to go out for a quick 20-minuter with the boys from Suzuki and a great group of other demo riders. So excited to finally get on this bike. So is this full power gravel TC?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I want. Seat height, it's really not that terrible, and I'm 5'10" with a 30-inch inseam. I've got the tippy toes down. I can easily get a flat foot on one side. Okay, so I did feel like the rear was a little bouncy. I have no idea what the suspension's set at, so that is not a great objective observation, so take it with a grain of salt. I feel cramped. I feel like the bars are too low, but that could be because my DR-Z had risers and almost immediately, which I really liked. Seat is hard and uncomfortable, which is, pretty typical for a dual sport bike. I like the dash. It reminds me of like a Touratech setup, so it's just grayscale, but simple, but it's got a gas gauge, which my old DR-Z didn't have, and the much maligned, at least in my case, riding modes are available quickly and easily with this mode switch here on the left. So because it's a short ride and I know what I want to test out the most, it's in gravel mode with full power. And that's what we're going to do, so because I don't know what the letters mean because it's not exactly super descriptive, other than G being for gravel mode. And I know how to turn the TC off, so we'll do that if we feel like it's necessary. Off-road ABS on and off is right here. I'm going to assume that's on in this power mode, but I have no idea, to be perfectly honest. So how does it feel on the pavement? Feels like a DR-Z. Okay, there it is. Yeah, so it's got, feels pretty linear in the power delivery. Yeah, I don't have a tachometer, so I can't tell you what RPM I'm at, and I'm definitely used to that 390. That's what I've been riding so far this weekend, and it is markedly different. A lot more power down low. Yeah, oh yeah. Huh, but there is it tops out there. Interesting. I was kind of expecting more power there. I think I'm in the fast power mode. I don't know. I could be wrong. Nobody tells me anything. So it's going to be a little windy because I'm wearing goggles. I apologize, but this will be a good test out on the road. It feels light, feels nimble, feels flickable. I like that. I don't know how good the stock tires are. They're definitely better than the old Death Wings, so that's good. That's something. Huh. I mean, it's got more power than the 300, but maybe it's not in the right power mode. I expected more than that. I did. The 390, when it hits the power band, has definitely got more power than that. Excited to finally be on this bike. A bike that we wanted to see for so long finally came out. Not exactly the way we wanted it to be, but here it is. Updated fuel-injected DR-Z. Oh, and I'm only in fourth going 55. Maybe the gear ratio is a little higher. 60 is very comfortable. It's 52 now, but I was at 60 a second ago. And the engine's not working hard. That's good. It's definitely buzzy. Like the handlebars are vibrating, but that's to be expected. It's not a touring bike. It's a dual sport bike, but I would like to be able to take it on the highway, because the ultimate goal for me, at least with these bikes, is to be able to do a BDR, and that always involves some highway during the route, and particularly on the way there, there's usually a lot. So it's got to be tolerable. It doesn't have to be fantastic. I'm pleasantly surprised that at 55 it felt just fine. I guess I shouldn't be, because I rode my old DR-Z, on the freeway and stuff occasionally, so it would go 75 easy. It wasn't comfortable, but it was capable of doing it for sure. All right, gravel. Let's do some gravel. I don't know how that gravel traction control is. It let me slide it out. Huh? Interesting. Well, let's try standing up. It's going to be dusty. That is, even though it rained last night, pretty dusty. Yeah, I think the bars are a little low. I don't like that. Foot pegs are narrow, but that's to be expected with stock foot pegs. Bike's easy to grip with your knees. It's in a good spot. I would definitely put bar risers and bigger foot pegs on this immediately, but I always do that. And hand guards. It really needs hand guards. Huh, okay, well, suspension. I'm not going to get a lot of technical on this. There is some on the backside, so I'm looking forward to that, but feels fine. I like to get out on these by myself, but I don't think that's going to happen. It has a playful, fun amount of power, that's for sure. There's some technical. All right, that wasn't bad. That's some rain ruts and potholes. Well, it's fun, I'll give you that. Nice power, the exhaust sounds good. Again, compared to the 390, which sounds like a mouse dying. Huh, oh, here's some. Oh, the suspension's pretty plush. It's pretty plush. It's not bad. It definitely feels like a DR-Z. I thought it would be like more refined, but it's really got that kind of raw, rattly, old school feel to it, like the old DR-Z. Kind of like the KLR. I expected the fuel-injected KLR to be a hell of a lot smoother, and it really wasn't. It was just the same old KLR. Huh, yeah, okay. Well, this is fun. Now, this is not a review, so it's just first impressions on a test ride. So you're gonna have to take any conclusions I arrive at with a grain of salt. Mostly just a stream of consciousness as I ride and try various things. Seems like the gravel traction control is pretty good. So I've been pushing it a little, and it'll like power slide out, but it does not keep going. It stops after a certain point. Huh, so that's fun. I wonder if I can lock up the rear. No, that off-road ABS sucks. I'll turn it off when we stop up here. Yeah, I mean, it slows me down, but it's no fun. What's the front off-road ABS like? Oh, interesting. Interesting. I want to turn this off. Can I do it while I'm moving? Probably not. Oh, I had it. Why won't you stay there? Stay there. There we go. Rear ABS off. So off-road ABS was a pretty aggressive. Good for the front. I don't mind it on the front. On the rear, I would like it to be less aggressive. So that's just for screwing around though. If you're riding, not trying to do slide turns or anything, it seemed like it slowed you down fine, which is good. Ah, I missed a gear. Well, I'm glad we're not putting. Sometimes you get on these and it's like, you can't tell anything at 15 miles an hour. They've done a little work on this road, so that's good. I'm not going to push it so far that I see if it saves me or not, just because I don't want to do the paperwork for crashing it. But, yeah. Huh. Seems like definitely a playful amount of power. So, like the old DR-Z, I feel like this is a bike that you graduate to after like the initials, the 300s, the 230s, TW200. You move up to this when you want a little more power. And when I moved up to my DR-Z, I definitely got a lot better as a rider. I was definitely ready for it. Better suspension than those 300s. A lot more power, more usable power, particularly for off-road situations. It's pretty luggable. Let's see. Oh yeah, yep. It's very, very different from the 390 in that it has a lot of down-low power. You can actually tractor this, unlike the 390 that I've been spending all that time on lately. Sorry, that's my biggest point of comparison, and honestly, one of the biggest competitors for this bike, so it makes sense to talk about how they compare to each other. I'm very hunched over, and I am not a tall person, so I don't like how low the bars are. I would like to definitely have some risers, if it were me. I know they're a crutch or whatever. I don't ride that well or that hard to where it makes a difference to me. I just like to be more comfortable so that I'm standing up when I need to be. First thing in the morning. Okay, yeah. All right, I feel good about that off-road TC because there it definitely just held me at exactly the power slide and did not let me do anything dumb, exceed it. What is it, $1,500 to $2,500 more than the current DR-Z, than the 24? Better? I don't feel like it is right now. I think right now, if I had to pick one or the other, and this is me talking, my level of skill, my personal preferences and all of that. For me, I think it would be like, why don't I just go buy an old DR-Z, put everything I want on it, and still have all the money I need to get luggage and go on a trip for what this costs new. I'm glad they updated it, but I don't know. It's not better in any of the ways that I was annoyed that it was bad. Like, it's not really better on the highway, or if it is, it's marginally better. I mean, it's nice to not have to deal with warming it up and dealing with elevation changes. Fuel injection takes care of all of that, but Suspension feels about the same. Admittedly, it's been a while since I've been on a DR-Z, so grain of salt, all this. Again, just first impressions. I wish I could get my hands on one for a longer test, but Suzuki's not taking my calls, so unless I buy one, that's not going to happen. Yeah, I haven't bottomed it. It's very reminiscent of the DR-Z, the 2020 that I had, and the feeling I had about how much better the suspension was than other bikes I had ridden at the time. Oh, I got some leaves. That's fun. Yeah. Huh. We're not supposed to jump it, they said. So, I didn't jump it. I just de-weighted the suspension, that's all. It's fun. It's definitely fun. Is it $9,000 fun? I don't know. I have no idea. I feel like it isn't. If it was $8,000, there's like a slam dunk here. Like, it's a great package. It's a great bike. They refined some of the rough edges of the old DR-Z. Did they fix the problems? It doesn't feel like it, but it's as good or better than, or it's better than that bike. It's not like night and day better, but it's definitely better. At $8,000, it'd be a no-brainer. $9,000 is a real tough sell. I just don't know where that pricing comes from. And I know Ian Big Rock broke it all down with inflation and all that, and you know, in 5 years it won't be that weird, but I'm comparing it to what's here now. I'm comparing it to the 390 that's $5,500. I do like that. That off-road traction control is pretty good. I'll give you that. It'll let you slide it out, but it'll save you. Interesting. It's like not a lot of good bumps, but I'm trying to hit the worst lines possible. It's smooth. It's a good bike. It's got a lot of power. It's fun to ride. I like the power delivery a lot better than the 390, but it's still a DR-Z, you know? That's what it is. That's a great thing. DR-Z is a great bike. Don't hear me shitting on DR-Zs. I love DR-Zs. The only bike I regret selling is my DR-Z. I wish I still had it. If it came up for sale and I had the cash on hand, I would buy it in an instant. But what I want is that bike. Some refinements that this has, but with a bigger gas tank, like 3 gallons, and a little bit more highway ability. And it remains to be seen. It was pretty good at 55, so let's see how wrapped out it is if we can get going a little faster on the way back. But so I guess at this point, I like it. It's fun. I'd love to have one. I'd love to ride one. I would do a lot of fun stuff on this bike, but I still think it's overpriced. That was my current thought process. Transmission's smooth. It's nice, easy to get in and out of gear. Found neutral, no problem. I like the display. It's minimal but effective. I think they probably could have sprung for a TFT. The mode controls and everything are good. I like the fit and finish. It's very Suzuki, very sort of utilitarian and functional and like well-designed and sturdy feeling. That's sort of what I was going for there. I don't know. I'd like to get more time on one. I want to love this bike, and I want it to be worth the price. I'm rooting for it. I've been rooting for it because it's what we've wanted for so long. I want it to be amazing. I want to tell you, you should absolutely go buy one of these. It's stupid not to, but you can get a lot more bike for a tiny bit more money. And that's what's just a hard sell, is like, this is a bike for a specific kind of rider, right? You want more power, but you want dual sport maintenance intervals. You want capability, but you want to be able to take it on the highway. You want it to be street legal. You don't want to change the oil every ride, and you don't want to deal with the maintenance problems and reliability problems that come with high compression engines. Like, dead simple, reliable forever. That's what this is. But there are just cheaper bikes that do the same thing. Way cheaper bikes that do the same thing. It's not twice as good as a KLX 300, which is like, what, $5,400? It isn't. I wish it was. So I just don't understand the thinking. And I think a lot of people don't either, so I'm not trying to bandwagon that. But $8,000 I feel like would be expensive, but justifiable. They need to do that, keep the price, but throw in like a whole package, like, which they did for pre-orders. You got like $400 worth of stuff. But it needs to be like $1,000 worth of stuff. Do a rally version or a cross-country version or something. Throw some luggage and some protection, skid plate, all of that on there. Maybe that'd be good. Bigger gas tank stock. God, it's super flickable though. It doesn't feel as heavy as it is, I'll give you that. It feels a lot lighter than the 390, and the 390 is only like 20 pounds heavier. All right, let's get some highway in. Guess I'll turn the ABS back on. One button? Is it one button? Nope. Or it is, but okay, it's off. You have to hold it down though. It's fun and not scary fun. That's good. a certain type of rider. It's got plenty. God, I would like to go 65 on this. I would really like that. We're stuck behind this group that's going a little slower. It is smooth. Just a refined shifting and stuff. The engine doesn't feel refined. It's very rattly and clattery and DR-Z underneath me. Like you feel every vibration. It's a nice prostate massage at certain RPMs. If you're into that kind of thing. Oh, I wouldn't want to be on this seat all day. That would be a Seat Concepts immediately. I do feel like the foot pegs are surprisingly high. Like my legs are bent a lot more than I expected on a bike that's this tall. But the seat height is pretty manageable. So I remember I used to think these things were unbearably tall. Like I would stand next to it and go, how can you ever ride that? But they're actually really easy to get on, and the suspension sags enough that it's not as bad as you think. So definitely try one out. You can always step on the foot peg and swing over to get on, and then you're fine. I would feel very comfortable taking this on the trails and gnarly stuff, you know, some technical stuff. I would take it on the BDR, Oregon tomorrow, no problem. I totally would, except for fuel anxiety. I think I like riding it more than the 390. Again, that is a really first impression. 390 is smoother and has less vibration, but I really like I just prefer the power delivery. I like the traditional dual sport, grunty down low power delivery. It's just a lot more useful for the riding that we do. On the 390, you got to think about it. On this, it just has power when you need it. We're gonna go across that cool motorcycle-only bridge. This is a neat little feature here in Plain, so you don't get anywhere else. Only snowmobiles and motorcycles. I'm gonna guess we don't get to let off snowmobiles this time of year. Might be bad for the old treads. But we're headed back now, so final impressions. I mean, if I'm gonna sum it up in 5 words, it feels like a DR-Z. I could do it in 3. It's a DR-Z. Like, it's a DR-Z with fuel injection and a much higher price tag. It's smoother and nicer to not deal with the carburetor, but riding it feels very much like a DR-Z. I don't really notice the extra weight from the other DR-Z, which is a good thing. It's not a lot more, but it has some, right, I think? And I would like to get it on the highway to do a more thorough, like, can you ride it on the highway test, but what's up, friends? Nobody waves here. It's probably because they get tired because there's so many damn bikes running around. But a worthy successor to the DR-Z in all but price, let's say that. However, given a choice at this moment, based on this limited amount of experience, if you were like, new DR-Z for $9,000, used DR-Z for $5,000, I would buy the used one all day. And then I would take the extra $4,000 and buy luggage and protection parts and new tires and go on a trip. It doesn't feel remarkably improved in the ride experience, as far as I can tell. It's nice to have a fuel gauge. I like that. That's like my favorite improvement, because I hate bikes without fuel gauges. And in 2025, it's dumb to not have a fuel gauge. Looking at you, KTM. But having a great time at the Touratech Rally this year. 2025, going to get some more test rides in today, so make sure that you subscribe. That's Pete to the channel, so that you can see those test rides and all the other content, including I took the 390 out on the Oregon BDR and got Colorado BDR, Oregon BDR again, and Idaho coming out. So make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss that stuff. I appreciate you watching, and thanks for watching. And most importantly, please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Oh, thank you.
Excellent!
And now the real yeah, I can let the clutch out and it doesn't die. Look at that. Can't do that on the 390. Like, just pull me along. Let's go. Look at, it's just idling. And you can power on. It doesn't die. Yeah, that's tractor power. That's good. That is useful for the type of riding you do on these bikes. We have returned.